Alrighty, well, hello. Welcome to my live stream. And in this live stream, we're gonna go ahead and make a coffee cup. But before we start this real quick, let me check out something to see if everything is running smoothly. And while we wait for anyone to come in, if anyone wants to come in. All right, well, give me a second, real quick. All right, well, I am back, and hello again. Like I said, welcome to my live stream. And in this live stream, we're gonna go ahead and create a coffee cup. So yeah, um, we're gonna go ahead and do that. And while we do that, we are also gonna have what do you call it? I'm gonna be looking at some references off screen just so I can get an idea of like how kind of to go about this project. Um, And then we also have some fall colors right here on the side that we can make our coffee cup a colorful little thing. And I guess we'll just explore the possibilities that we could do with our coffee cup. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and begin the process. Oh yeah, before I do start, I kind of did start it a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and restart it, but like this is kind of what we're gonna go for. This kind of little figure, a very like cartoonish cartoony what do you call it, geez, clip arty kind of thing, nothing too crazy, something kind of pretty simple, I guess. And this is the end result that we're gonna go ahead and try to get to. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's get started. And we're starting on a new layer. Okay, so we're starting on a new layer, and we are gonna go ahead and create a circle. Let's start off by making a circle. Let's make a circle like this. Whoop. About yay high. All right, all right. Let's put it in the middle of everything, and then we're gonna go ahead and get rid of the fill, and we're just gonna go ahead with outlines for now. So let's make this a CMYK black. And we're gonna go ahead and do a 12 point thickness. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and make this a little bit smaller. We don't want to make anything too huge, so we have plenty of space on the screen. And we're gonna go ahead and keep it at 12 point thickness, stroke thickness. And then let's see what else can we do. What was I gonna say? All right, so I guess let's go ahead and start this bad boy, and then we're gonna go ahead and make a square. So we'll just go ahead and go about like that, and we're gonna go ahead and also put this in the center, and then we're gonna go ahead and line this up to right here, and we're gonna go make it the same width as that circle. And so that's what we're doing. And then now we're gonna go ahead and then let's make this. Let's see how thick we have this guy right here. So we got this kind of thick. We're gonna go ahead and I guess make it that kind of thick like that too as well. I don't know, maybe a bit thinner. Nothing too crazy. Let's see. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and make it a little bit thinner. Actually, we're gonna go ahead. We'll keep it the way we had it. Actually, I liked that. And then now what we're gonna do is convert this to curves, this rectangle, and we're gonna go ahead and just um, push this in like while holding shift and the left arrow key. We're gonna go ahead and push it in 2 times. We'll do 3 times. So that's twice. That's 3 times. And we're doing the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3. All right. So now we got like kind of a little bit of a thing going on here. And what we're gonna want to do is put this ellipse on top, and we're gonna go ahead and copy it, because now we're gonna go grab our original and our rectangle, and we're gonna go ahead and merge them together. We're gonna do this add on the add right here, up here, and the reason why we created this ellipse was because it made the ellipse and the rectangle one shape, so I would have had to gotten rid of it, and we would have been left with just that shape. Since we got the ellipse, we got that right there, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab this guy, and in the middle, while holding shift, we're gonna go ahead and bump it a little bit down to get a little bit of a curve like so. And then maybe we could bump these guys up a little bit like that. And then we could just push it in one more time just to get the kind of shape going on, the shape we're kind of looking for. And then we could always kind of curve it a little bit so it's not so sharp, and it gives it a smooth kind of smooth corners, rounded corners. And now what we're gonna do is group these guys together for now, because we're gonna duplicate it, and we're gonna grab our duplicated copy and bring it down right here. And then we're just gonna go ahead and make it a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, like so. And then go ahead and make it a little bit not as tall, a little bit shorter. And then what we're gonna do is go ahead and break these guys apart. And our curve, we're gonna go ahead and grab this guy and bring him down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make it a little bit thicker than the top one. 1, 2, 3 more times. Okay, now that we got that, we're gonna go ahead and position this where we want it. About right there. Okay, so now in order to get these guys looking, getting rid of all these excess lines, we are going to go ahead and ungroup this guy. And then we're going to grab our bottom. And we're going to grab our ellipse. And we're going to subtract. Whoop. I messed up though. We're going to actually have to duplicate this curve right here. And then this ellipse right here, we're also going to duplicate just in case anything happens. Get rid of the copy. And go ahead and subtract. And now we got to get rid of this guy too. So we'll go ahead and duplicate that in case anything happens. And so there's our ellipse. And then we need our rectangle right here. We need this curve right here. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate that in case anything happens as well. So now that we got that, we need this and subtract. And something's not working right. Oh, I had it work just fine earlier. Let's see, what do we got rid of? We have that piece. Oh, okay, so we need to get rid of this guy and this guy. Subtract. And then now that we have that going on, go bring back our, this is why we duplicated this bottom piece right here, because I got rid of it. But now that I have a duplicate, I could easily bring it back, and now we got our shapes back. So there we go. Now we got that little top part of the cup going on, of this coffee cup. Honestly, I think this top piece might be too big. Like, it looks way too thick. Maybe we could fix that without messing it up too bad. I don't know. So we'll just go bring this curve up here. Let's see if we could fix it a little bit. A little bit. Just a tiny bit. Alright, yep, that's a bit better. If we can make the ellipse a tiny bit thinner. And bring it down. Bring it down so it covers everything well. Boom, right there. Alright. So there you go, looks good. Made it a little bit thinner. This is how we wanted it. And now we can go ahead and group all these guys together. All our visible layers, we can go ahead and group it. We'll call this lid, because that is the lid of the cup. And we'll go ahead and duplicate that lid, because we want to just have a copy in case anything happens to it, and we'll just get rid of it for now. Get rid of its visibility, and then we'll just bring this lid up here. And now we're going to go ahead and make the base of our cup. Okay? Base of our cup. So in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and just let me bring in a reference that I'm actually looking at here on Google. Oops. Then bring in the reference. Alright, we're bringing in the reference. This is our reference. And so we're going to go ahead and make the main cup shape, and then we're going to go ahead and make the, what do you call it? The thing so you don't burn itself. Ooh, sorry about that. I really had to sneeze. Really had to sneeze there for a second. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and now we're going to go ahead and make that shape. So in order to make that shape, let's just grab our rectangle tool and just create a long rectangle like this. And then we're going to go ahead and center it as well. And we're going to make it a bit thinner. Like so. Let's look at our own, what we did earlier. So see how we kind of had this whole thing going on. Alright, so we can just get rid of this for now. And bring this back. So now we could go ahead and, well, the lid, let's make this bottom piece of the lid a little bit, what do you call it, a little bit wider. So what we can do is get rid of these nodes that we don't need, and we'll turn these guys into corners so we can manipulate it better. We'll bring it down a little bit. And then we'll just go ahead and make this a little bit wider. 1, 2, 3. Actually, no. See how it kind of like does widen a little bit? So we'll go ahead and make it a little bit wider. So do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's get rid of this rectangle so we can see a bit better. And then we'll go ahead and grab the middle. Hold shift and bring it down. So we get a little bit of a curve. And then we'll go ahead and grab this other node. And we'll just round it out a little bit. Get some rounded edges so it looks so it's softer. And now that we've got that going on, this still kind of looks weird. But fuck it, we're going with it. Bring back a rectangle. We're going to go ahead and put it on the bottom underneath the lid. And then now we're going to go ahead and turn this into curves as well. And see how it goes from wide to narrow up here on the reference. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing with our rectangle. So we're going to grab our bottom left corner node. And we're just going to go ahead and bring it. We'll just bring it like about here. And we'll go ahead and grab another rectangle. Cut our shape in half. Duplicate our half piece. Flip it. And move it so it's next to the other one. And add add them together. So now we got our shape, our cup shape, our symmetrical cup shape, and just put it in the middle in case it's not in the middle. So now that we got that cup shape going on, now we can go ahead and just grab the bottom and the middle, hold shift, bring it down a little bit so we can get a curve, and grab these two nodes, hold shift, select both nodes, corner tool, C on the keyboard, and round them out a little bit. Now we got softer corners. And now to get rid of this top piece right here that's intersecting the lid, we're gonna go ahead and go to our lid group. And then we're gonna, let's see, we'll ungroup it for a second. We gotta find this bottom piece. Let's call this base so I can figure out what I'm doing. This is why you should probably name. This is why you should name your layers. So we'll just cut this out real quick. All right, so that works. So what we're gonna do is duplicate this part of the lid, and then grab our original and the base, and we'll actually duplicate the base just in case anything happens. So grab those two shapes that we previously mentioned, subtract, and now it gets rid of that excess line right there that we don't need. And now you got that shape of the cup. Sweet, awesome. Am I right? That's pretty cool. Wow, so advanced. Not really, but you know, just having fun with this. Having fun. Yes. 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 Alright. Alrighty. Now what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and duplicate this base, and we're gonna just do that. Bring it up from the bottom, bring it up from the top. Maybe widen it from the a little bit, like so. Gotta save, always save. And now we're gonna go ahead and get rid of these guys again. These bottom ones to corners, and bring it out a little bit, like so. And then so it's even on both sides, we'll just go ahead and grab a rectangle and cut the shape, duplicate, flip, line up, add together. Cool. See, simple. Simple when you know how. And then now we're gonna go ahead and let's see, what should we do? What to do? Let's go ahead and bring these guys in a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then bring this side in a little bit too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe bring the side in a tiny bit. 1, 2. Bring the side in a tiny bit. 1, 2. And maybe bring these guys in one more as well. I don't want it too wide out of the cup because it looks kind of weird. And then now all we gotta do is get rid of our excess lines of the base. Instead of calling this base, we'll call this not burn. We'll just call this paper shield. I'm pretty sure I spelled that shield wrong. I think it's whatever. So we'll call it paper shield. Duplicate our paper shield in case anything happens to it. So now we got this base correct. Well, let's duplicate our base, get our base and shield together, and we're gonna go ahead and subtract. And then get rid of one base. And then we got base and paper shield. So and there we go. We got this lined up so it's get rid of all the excess lines. And oh, I actually kind of forgot to do a certain step. Here, these nodes are here. We don't need that. Yeah, I forgot to curve our paper shield, so let's undo everything we just did. Undo everything we just did. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab our paper shield and get rid of these nodes right here. Go center, curve it down. Cause see how it's kind of curved here. And then we could grab, we maybe want to grab this guy too. Maybe curve it a little bit down as well. And then, okay, so now that we got that, we'll just subtract it. Whoops. Forgot to make a duplicate of our paper shield. Paper shield, base, subtract, hide the other base, and there we go. There's our paper shield. It is looking pretty mighty fine. So now we're gonna go grab these corners and curve them a little bit. And same thing with these ones right here. Curve them a bit. Not that much. And there we go. Our paper shield for our coffee. Just like this guy. Right there. Perfect. Cool. Sweet. Awesome. Amazing. Sweet deal. Maybe we might want to make this side a little bit bigger, maybe wider. So 1, 2. 1, 2. See, now it looks kind of weird. Now it's all like, we'll just undo all that. Okay, cool. Now we got that our coffee cup going on. It's a obviously it looks like it's in a different perspective than this guy right here, than our source image, but it's okay. That is okay. That's a fine. We can go ahead and just keep on playing with this. And let's see. I guess now what we can do is play with our lines. Taper out our lines. What do you call it? Vary our line widths. So vary our line widths, and let's get this going. Let's get this going. So we're gonna go ahead. Let's put our lid back together in a group. Call it lid again. And then we're gonna go ahead and base. Cool. Alright, let's vary the line thickness on these guys. And we'll just go ahead and bump it down a little bit like so. Let's actually make the bottom varied. Just moving around our stroke pressures, and bring these guys a bit. Let's make these guys thicker again. And we're gonna have to figure out how to get these guys, how to get one side thick again. So we'll do that, and then make this guy a bit thinner. Oh, that does not work. Might need one in here. Or is just thinning it out? I guess that was working a little bit. We're just playing with this line thickness right here. And now we'll do this one right here. Where is this guy? That's not what I want. Let's make this one. Nope. Alright. So we're going to have to grab the middle one and vary it a little bit. a little bit thinner. And then make the other one a little bit thicker. Cool. Now that we got that going. Now that we got that going on. We got it going on. Got it going on. So now we're gonna go ahead and save our stroke pressure and grab our paper shield and apply the same pressure to the paper shield. Sweet. But now we got a problem. It's too damn thin. Way too thin. So now we're just gonna go ahead and thicken it up a little bit. And then thicken it up a bit. But I don't want to thick up the sides too much. I'm going to thick up the bottom and the top. So we can hide our pepper shield real quick, and let's make some of these parts a bit thinner. Well, instead of making it all around thinner for our base, let's see, where could we thin it out a little bit? Just thin it out. So if we do that, then go ahead and thin it out. Thin this out here. Add another one here. Thicken out the top. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, bro. Whoa. Thicken it out a little bit. Yeah, not that much though. Let's see where we thicken it out. Now go ahead, bring back our pepper shield, and that looks better. Looking better. Let's take a look in here, quick peek, and we could just bump this node up a tiny bit. Oh, I think it looks pretty good, honestly. Just playing around with these. Let's make our lines interesting. Let's make this interesting. Let's make this Betty interesting. So now, we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing to our lid now. Can we add this whole? Let's grab our paper cup. We'll also save this profile. Grab our lid. Boom! Apply it to the whole thing. And let's see, maybe we could do this. Let's look at these individual things. I will just play with them individually. Let's add something to this, actually. Let's play around with this. Before I start messing with all of this, we're going to go ahead and duplicate our whole layer that we can have something to fall back on in case I screw it up early, because we're going to go ahead and we're just going to go ahead and experiment. Experiment with something I want to experiment with. Like, we'll add nodes to this. Will convert just a curve and start breaking up a little bit of our shape. We'll add some extra nodes, like right here, and we'll break this shape a little. We'll break it, Get rid of that. And then maybe get rid of that. Maybe we'll want it a little bit more out. So maybe you want to get rid of this guy. Whoops. Undo. Get rid of this node. Add another node over here. Break it right there. Get rid of it. Get rid of that one. And then now we're going to go ahead and boom. Like so. Here we could reset this whole profile actually. And start our stroke pressure from scratch and just do this like this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And maybe bring up one side. Oh. Let's do that. Boom, there we go. And then now we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing with our bottom piece of the lid. We're gonna go ahead and add some nodes right here. Right here. And we're gonna break it right here in the middle. So go ahead and break that. Delete. Delete. What's going on? Let's see what's going on here. There's something missing. Oh, I see. I see what's going on. I see where we're gonna have to get rid of some nodes as well. What else? In order for this to work the way we want it to work, I see where we're gonna have to get rid of some nodes. All right. Well, we'll break a little bit of these nodes then. We'll break a node right here as well. So we'll just do, we'll hide it in here and then in here. Break that guy and boom. Break it as well. And then we gotta break our other one. Select this guy. Middle. Break. Delete. Delete. And now we have. Awesome. Now we don't have anything weird going on. So now that we got that going on, now we're nothing weird. Let's reset this pressure. Use pressure from scratch and make those edges narrow. And then now something else is going on. Okay, I see the problem. But for now, we're just gonna go ahead and ignore that problem and come to it when we need to. Just do this. Cool. Bring this guy back. And then we're gonna go ahead and reset him too. Reset this as well and bring these real low. That way it doesn't look weird on here, so it doesn't interfere with that. And then now that we've got that going on, let me make this guy a little bit thinner as well. Let's experiment with this. Experimentation. Experimentation's fun. That's the fun of this. Maybe make that thicker. Maybe make this bottom piece very thick. Hella thick. Cool. And we'll bring this guy back too. And get rid of these for now, so we can see what we're doing as well. And let's actually make it the same pressure as the previous one, so we'll save that profile. And then go back to this guy, and then apply that profile because it'll be a lot easier. So doing it individually. There we go. Sweet. Sweet. Awesome. Awesome possum. Now we added a little bit of a dynamic look to this. All a day's work. Yeah. Now let's grab our main curve. I actually want to make this top part a little bit thinner as well. Then we'll bring this guy back out. And we'll make this guy a little bit thinner. Let's see how it is. Super thin. Not super thin. A little bit thinner. That way it's not too thick up there. Not like disproportionately thick. It's just thick enough. Thick enough. Thick enough. Thick enough. So that is pretty much done. Honestly, that's pretty much. That's the base. That is the foundation of our illustration. I think it looks pretty good so far. I like how it looks, and so before we do continue on though, this guy needs to be just a bit thinner. Maybe we made it thick. Maybe we'll make this 11 points. It's a little bit thinner. Because this top piece needs to be thin. Thinned out. There we go. So we'll go back to 12 point. Okay. That looks good to me. Nothing weird. This piece is like a tiny bit off. But I mean, we could always just like bring these nodes down a tiny bit. Just like one down, and that gets rid of the problem. Okay. All right. I like how that looks. That looks good. So let's save this because we haven't saved, and we'll call this layer final stroke layer. Final stroke. Because it looks that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So now we can go ahead and copy our final stroke layer. We're gonna go ahead and lock it, and we're gonna go ahead and grab our copy of the final stroke layer and call it color because that's where our color is gonna be at. And now we gotta go ahead and delete any excess objects we're not using, like all that, so it's easy to color. So our lid is all we need. Our lid, paper shield, and our base. So now let's get rid of, for our base, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of our stroke. Don't need that. And let's make the base like this light yellow, like that. Ooh, that looks nice. It looks really good. I like how that's looking so far. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty good, yeah. Oops. And then we'll grab our paper shield layer. Get rid of the stroke as well. And our paper shield, what do you think would be a good color? Should we do just like green? Just like olive green? It kind of looks like the yellow too much, honestly. Maybe, I don't know. Let's try the orange. Let's try this, the red. I like the orange. I think the orange looks good. It's contrasty, but it's not too much of a big difference of contrast. It's a nice color. And now the lid. Let's do the lid. Let's go ahead and get rid of the strokes on the whole thing. And for now, we'll just go ahead and just make the whole thing a color. Let's see, let's play with these colors. Should we do blue lid? Nah. This vomit green? Or this lighter green? What if we try this really light blue? Or the red? Let's try this light blue on the bottom. Maybe the darker one? We're gonna make this very fall-like. Interesting. Kind of like the red, but I kind of like the blue. But I also kind of like this green. Not that one. That one looks like the cup too much. Or that blue. Maybe the darker blue. Yeah, no, the red's too red. We'll do the green. I feel like a cup color instead of, because if we could do black, I guess, you know. We could always do black. Let's look. Let's see. Like that's black. Yeah, no, not black. No. No thanks. No thanks. But what we could do is add a little, make this bottom piece a little bit darker. Like maybe we can add this piece, make it a little bit darker than the rest of it. So we'll go ahead and go to our saturation, our lightness. Make it a little darker. I guess we're gonna actually have to do this different with our shadows. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Leave it at that. So now that we got our base colors down, we'll go ahead and go ahead and let's do our details. Our details. Yay! We'll do shadows first. I like starting off with shadows first. I don't know why. I just do. So now we're going to go ahead. So now that we got that going on, we're going to need some of our, let's see. Should we go ahead and follow this guy? Let's go ahead and follow, I guess we can follow ahead. Go ahead and follow this, our reference. Reference is shadow. So in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and make this side darker, I guess. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start grabbing some of our colors. Put it in the shadow layer. And duplicate. And drag. And subtract. Get rid of what we don't need. Like that guy. And then we're going to go ahead and go to our CMYK. Bump it down up to 90. And we're just going to go ahead and go about halfway. A little bit less than halfway. Like so. And then we'll grab our base. The base. Drop the base. Copy. Paste. Pasty. Drag and duplicate. Duplicate and drag. Select both. Subtract. CMYK. Bump it up to 90. About halfway. Maybe a little bit less. Now we got some shadows going on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then we're gonna have to manipulate the shadow a little bit because as you can see, it's, what do you call it? It's all one part of one image, you know? So we could just do this. I go ahead and grab these two nodes and join them together. Hello, nodes please. Grab your nodes. Can't join them. Darny. Just play around with this. Let me do this. That's not gonna work. Just bump it down like this. Bump a little bit more lower. There you go. And now might have to do the same for this top piece. So bring this guy all the way over here and bump it down like this, and bring this guy down a little bit. Because the paper shield should be casting a bit of a shadow. A little bit of a shadow, so we'll go ahead and bring this guy a little bit more up here. We'll just add another node and turn this to a corner so we get a better control. Bump it down like this, and there you go. This guy should actually go down. He's gonna be closer to the light, and this guy could go up a little bit. So like this. There you go. There we go. Now that we got that, we still actually need this guy right here. Since the lid is also gonna be casting a little bit of a shadow. But not too much of a shadow on one side. Alright, well, that looks good to me. Cool, now we got our shadow going on. A little bit of shadows, a little bit of creativity going on here. I mean, I could always separate this whole shape and alright, but we're gonna go ahead and just keep on going on with how we're doing it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Just stretching real quick. Gotta stretch. Oh, that's a good stretch. Okay, dokie. So now, what else should we do? Well, maybe we could create our shadows, make it a little bit more curved for a little bit more dynamicness. It's a little more dynamic. Just a little curve. Like that. A little bit of a curve. And then, now that we got that going on, now we gotta do our lid. or lid shadows. Lid. Okay. So this one should actually be kind of easy. Kind of easy. So we need to get rid of some of these nodes right here actually. The way I want to do this, go ahead and get rid of some of these nodes. And we'll go ahead and what did I do? Get rid of, there's one too many nodes on here. And pen tool, and we're gonna go ahead and make that into one shape. And then lower this down. And then we're gonna go ahead and CMYK 90. And just make it a little bit darker. And then the rest. And then the same thing with the other one. Grab this guy, grab that piece right here, throw it in here as well, and change the color of that as well. 90. Okay, okay. I'll make that a little bit darker, not too much darker. But we also kind of want to close the shape off. We kind of don't want this piece right here. So we're going to have to close the shape off. Join curve. And then we're going to have to get rid of it with a rectangle. Convert to curves. Bump this guy up here. Grab that. Subtract. Well, that obviously didn't work. Bruh. The way I can see by fixing that would probably be the curve tool. The pen tool, I mean. You have to do something like this to zoom in really close. There's another way I could see figuring this out right here. What the heck's going on? Ugh. Alright, so now we're gonna have to, and then we're gonna have to just bring it all the way back. Like so. And close it off. I think that's, I don't know. Eek. Eek. I think I messed up. Yep. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay, never mind. We'll just keep it as it is. We'll just keep it that way. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's okay. That's okay. So now we'll just go ahead and just make it a little bit lighter. And then now, We'll make this top. Oh, actually, we'll grab this piece. I'm actually going to create another. We're going to use this pen tool for this. What we're going to do right now, actually. Move it down, move it down, move it down. Move it down, move it down, move it down, move down these nodes. Play around these nodes a bit. Curve them, get them out of the way. Making sure things looking good. Bringing these right here. Moving this up. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Curve this one a bit. Curve this one above. Curve this one down. Add another node in here, because why not? And we'll do this color as well. And a little lighter. Like that. Like that. Oh, great. We're done. Almost done. Now grab this circle. Bring it up here too. And then we're going to go ahead and bring it this way. Cut it. Ooh, made a shape. Make it dark. And then we'll do that. Because that's going to be darker. And we're going to have to do the same thing with these guys. So we'll bring this guy back here. Grab this guy, that guy, get rid of him. What'd I do? I messed up. Just want to get rid of one. What's going on? Why is it getting rid of all of it? Oh, I see. And then we're going to go ahead and make this darker. Darker, I guess. Bring us out a bit more. It's got that more too. Then bring it in. This is where a lot of zooming in happens. I'm trying not to zoom in, but you know, it happens. It happens. And then we get rid of this guy here because we don't need this one. Oh, okay, maybe we did. We'll just turn him into a corner. Woohoo! So we got some fluidity to our shadows, our fluidity. We don't need this. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. Let's see what else. Interesting. So now, go ahead and copy. And now we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Just make a shape. Grab this guy. Cut. Make it darker. And bring in like so. We actually just might bump it this way, like this. Cool. Let's make copies of these curves now as well, and then we're gonna go ahead and do this pretty much the same thing for this last shadow. Just make a big ass square, so we could go ahead and snip and just bump it this way. Oh yeah, look at that. It's coming out beautiful. Just bump it over a little bit. It's beautiful. Oh, so pretty. So very pretty. Okay. Now that we got that pretty guy going, now we'll go ahead and create our let's add a little bit of what do you call it? Let's add a little bit more more detail, more shadows. We'll just go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and make a curve. We're gonna make a stroke, and we're gonna make it the dark version, and we're gonna go ahead and make this like a 20-point stroke, because then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go make these edges narrow with a wide center. And then now that we got that going on, pump it up like that. Put this guy above it. More curved. And we'll bring down the opacity. We'll give it a tiny bit more details. Now we'll do the same thing right here. This guy could become a corner, and then just do it like that. And up, like that. And then this guy could be this one. And now we'll just control, duplicate, drag to the other side as well. Now all I gotta do is make this guy a little bit higher and this guy a little bit lower. Oh, there we go. Now we added some fine little details, a little bit more fine details. And then I guess we should probably do the same thing for right here. So let's turn this guy into a curve as well. And this guy is gonna be the dark green. A little bit. Like that. Nope, I like how we had it before. I can just lower him a little bit. Woo! Where's this guy at? This guy's at the very top. We'll bring him below the base. A little bit higher. Cool. We'll just do that. We'll keep it like that. Awesome. Awesome possum. Awesome. 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 Save this whole thing because we don't want to lose all our progress. That would suck. That would suck so bad if we did. Now I gotta do our highlights. All that, and now our highlights we'll do above the shadows, and we'll go ahead and call it highlight. Man, I really have to use the bathroom. I'll call it highlights, and then we'll begin highlighting this guy. How are we wanting to highlight? I don't like doing my highlights how I like doing my shadows. I kind of like doing my highlights a little differently. Like how I do my shadows is, as you can see, I do them like coming out of the shape, I guess. Like see, coming out of the strokes. My highlights, I don't really like doing that. I like to kind of just make them how with like these shadow, like the inner shadows. I like doing my highlights like that more. Why? I have no idea. I just do. I think it looks better, honestly. Like, I honestly think it looks better. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Not like that. Maybe like this. We're going to have to just curve it a little bit. Like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I just honestly think it looks better. So we're just going to go play with this so we can kind of curve a little bit to the shape of the cup. And then we go ahead and go to our base color, shabam. And now we're gonna go make it light. The lightness, bump it up to almost white. Boom. Boom. Oh, look at that. A highlight. So easy, so simple. And since it's gonna be taking up more, we'll just make it a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Maybe this guy could go a little bit lower. 1, 2. And maybe move the whole thing a little bit over so it's not too close to the edge. Got some breathing room. And then maybe not so curved. Whoa. What'd I do? Okay. That looks good to me. And then we'll go ahead and we could add, we're gonna have to do the same thing down here. We'll go ahead and add a highlight down here. Like this. And instead of that orange, we're gonna have to make it this yellow, and we're gonna have to make it really white because so you could actually see it. Lower the opacity a little bit. Oops, move this guy over. Like that. And we'll go ahead and curve this like so. And thin it out a little bit. Like that. Looks good to me. So we're gonna copy this guy and paste it. Oops, paste. We're gonna go ahead and duplicate it so we can have it for this top piece of the cup right here. So we just gotta readjust some stuff, and just could go back like this, and then move it around a little bit. like so. I go, governor. And then now time for the same things on the lid. Let's do kind of like this and all the way like that. And then I like this profile, so we'll go ahead and we'll just do on this other side. Oh. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and do our green. Grab our green color and lighter version of it. Play with this curve a little bit so it follows the shape of the cup more. Bump this guy over too. Maybe you could bump this a little bit this way and bump this guy over here. And then we'll go ahead and just do this like this. And then just bring this guy down. Bring this guy more down. And just closer to the edge. This one I got a little bit farther down. And there you go. There's that. We'll just drag it over here because it's the same shape, honestly. We'll just make it a little bit higher like this, so it fits better. And we'll just make this guy like this and drag it more this way. Oh yeah, it looks good. I like how that's looking. Honestly, I think it's looking pretty good to me. Looking pretty mighty fine. Oh, mighty fine. Looks good. Wow, I'm pretty impressed. Pretty impressed with myself. This guy could actually probably be more vibrant. There you go. So matches the rest of the highlights. Since it's all pretty much getting hit the same. I think I missed a part. This right here. I'm gonna bump this guy down like that. We'll just run a bit more. Maybe curve it a little bit. Maybe make it 20 instead of 5, and make it a little lighter. A little bit not as bright. Huh, there you go. That's looking good to me. That is looking pretty good. Pretty good. Oh yeah. What now, bruh? What now, bruv? So yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly. I think that looks pretty good to me. Think that's looking mighty fine. Mighty fine. It's a good cup. The fall colors. Yep. Let's add the background to this guy now. See what background would look good. So we'll grab a rectangle tool and just make it the size of our canvas. We can go ahead and get rid of that and bump all this. Boom. Maybe the blue. I think the blue would be a good color at this point. Maybe not. Let's try this guy. If we do the green and just do it a little bit lighter. Or we could just do the red. Ooh. Nah, it looks, it hurts my eyes. Nah, not the red background. Maybe orange. Should make it a little bit lighter. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks good. You know what I kind of want to do? I kind of want to experiment with something now that we're here on the in the live as well. But yeah, that looks good to me. That looks very good to me. So let me just let me do some real quick on the live. Now that we're here, grab this rectangle and go ahead and go ahead and duplicate that rectangle and bring it all the way on the top of everything. And we'll go ahead and turn it into this red. And I just want to try something. I want to try playing with these overlays a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and copy that rectangle as well. And we'll turn it to this blue color. We're gonna go ahead and actually just make it like a dark blue. Like super saturated blue. Like that. And then maybe, since we want a little bit more blue, go ahead 20%. Now 18%. We'll go ahead and group these guys together. Before, after. Gives it a little bit more color to it, I guess. Before, after. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I keep it like this? Or should I have it the other way around? How I had it originally. I feel like this kind of brings it all together, but we'll see. I don't know. Well, that's pretty much it. That's how I make this. Thanks. Thank you for watching. This is how I create. This is how I create some stuff. And today we decided to create this coffee cup, a fall coffee cup to be exact. Fall colors, beautiful fall colors. Yep. All right. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you have a great one, and see you later. See you next time, and goodbye.